So, the bloodiest war in our history was the American Civil War. We lost about 550,000 to 650,000 men, dependent on what statistics you go by. More than in World War II and World War I combined. Vietnam, we lost about 58,000 people. On 9/11, we lost, let's say, 4,000. After 9/11, we bombed Iraq and Afghanistan into the Stone Age, and 20 years later, we're still doing it. We're still fighting in the Middle East. We've killed between the last three presidents probably close to 1 million Middle Eastern people. And we've lost a lot of men and women fighting for this BS 9/11. And every 9/11 for 20 years, we've had to suffer through the crybaby day of September 11th. You know, it's one thing to memorialize an event. It's another thing to turn it into a pseudo-religious holiday so people can get the attention they can't get in their real lives. And I know that sounds harsh, but seriously, we haven't had a moment since 9/11 to forget about it. And I find that desperately insane. The point of this is to talk about the Chinese communist chink bastards who unleashed this disease on the world. And that has killed 600,000 Americans. And what did this country do to reply to this? They elected Joe Biden, the little prostitute for China with his little degenerate, drug-doing, woman-raping, scumbag son Hunter. That's what we did. And what did the FBI do? They went after the only president in this country with the balls to stand up to China, the only political person who did the only correct thing in cutting China's travel off to America. That was the only thing that stemmed the tide of that disease. Everything else was pure bullshit. And a year and a half later, they're still debating whether masks worked. They didn't tell you about all the oxycodone and all the other things that they knew worked because they wanted to sell you vaccinations, kill you, and make hundreds of billions of dollars. That's right. Hundreds of billions of dollars on vaccinations. And Fauci himself is so wealthy from these vaccinations, and people are dying. Young people are having heart problems. They don't know what the long-term effects is on this stuff, and they don't care. But here's Maria Bartiromo today.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Maria Bartiromo.
And she's going to talk about this China thing.
Let's take a look at markets.
So, 600,000 Americans murdered by the Wuhan people, the Chinese lab, along with Confederates in Obama's administration, including Fauci and all the Bidens. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man. Right? 600,000. And if it wasn't for Trump, it would have been multiple millions if he didn't arrest the travel from China. That's the only goddamn thing that did anything to slow down that disease. Everything else has been contradicted and re-contradicted a dozen times. A year and a half later, it's still a perpetual mental masturbatory game, and they still don't know what to do. Now, if you're an enemy of this country, you've just been handed the template on how to destroy it. You don't need nuclear weapons. These biological and chemical weapons that they could spread in a subway terminal or any cosmopolitan gathering of humans and kill millions. Millions. So,
this is something
listen
else,
to this.
Maria. So the dramatic video captured on dash cam shows the moment the structure...
Oh, this is about the building. Forgive me. She's going to talk about China in a second, and then I'll put that on.